It seemed like on beat 4 from Madas.
Or it doesn't have to be a specific beat, but where in general, physically, what was the gesture?
Going up, like
Okay,
that.
going up. What did you notice about the way Spencer used, how he made going up work? Anybody? Yep.
I kept the baton tip down.
How? How? Yeah.
It seemed that he had his wrist.
No, not enough. More finger than wrist. Fingers were manipulating it down. Which muscles are going to be hardest to control? The larger muscles or the smaller muscles?
Small.
The larger ones are much easier to control because there's fewer of them. The larger muscles would be if you just let your wrist do it. Right. And then if you try to manipulate it with your fingers, you've got all these tiny little muscles in there that you're trying to control, and the nerves are taking over and going out of whack. So that was a tip-off for me to start watching. How are you doing that? Okay? And I think if you go more to wrist and less to finger, now, I'm not saying don't use finger. I'm not saying that because that would be a lie. You can use fingers a lot. But the other thing in the, this is a criticism, is your full stop really was releases of prep overhand. So go ahead and stop and start because it feels a little bit different. Okay? Any other observations? Ladies and gentlemen, we learn from each other, so it helps for you to make your observation clear to your classmate, and it may be a big help for them. Obviously, the videotape would be a big help as well. Anybody else?
It looked like sometimes your index finger was kind of creeping out.
Good for you.
A little bit.
And I think that's trying to use the finger, that comes from trying to use the fingers more than the wrist. I think those are related. I could be wrong, but usually.
And really, it might help because it looked like your baton was kind of reinforcing that by coming out this way more. So instead of just going, it's an extension of your forearm. So maybe I just want to adjust your grip a little bit, make sure it's.
Can you feel the butt of the baton at the lifeline?
No. Not when I was.
Put it right in that lifeline. And then make this gesture. Slowly, slowly. So that as you change direction, you're aware of the control that you're exerting. And when you do that exercise, Spencer, do it again and watch the tip peripherally. Watch the tip peripherally. Is there a spot, or are there spots where the tip accelerates?
When you change the direction of the wrist.
All right, then don't do that. There you go. That's the point of that exercise, is to watch the tip and lead with the wrist, because what that change in direction and speed up is indicating is that you're shoving the tip down, okay? And you want the tip to follow. And when you finish and you start pulling up, the tip will follow, okay? So that's a really good exercise for you, especially to get away from complete finger control manipulation, okay?
Yep.
Excellent. Let's see. Who